ChurchMapped. Today we'll be flying to Saint Paul, Minnesota in the United States to tour the Cathedral of Saint Paul. It's currently 26 degrees Celsius or 79 Fahrenheit for our American friends on board. We are flying at around 36,000 feet and should be landing shortly. Fasten your seatbelts and be sure to put your phones on airplane mode if you...
Wait. What? What's ChurchMapped? ChurchMapped is an upcoming travel website showcasing all the churches you absolutely must see on your next travel. Whether it be St. Peter's Basilica or Notre Dame, we have something for everyone. We also have a games and dating service. What's more, we're available in other languages. Sprichst du Deutsch? Wir haben etwas für dich. Fala Português? Temos algo para você. We also plan on launching a French and Spanish service in the near future. Just be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking below, giving us a like on Facebook, and be sure to keep an eye out on our website when we roll out the red carpet for you guys. We're also on Twitter too. Now, where was I? Minnesota is known for many things. The politeness of its people, known as Minnesota Nice, its harsh winters, and of course its music scene and support for the Vikings. Minnesota's most famous cities are Minneapolis and St. Paul. We won't be going to Minneapolis today. Be sure to stay tuned for a future series where we showcase some of the churches Minneapolis has to offer, such as the Basilica of St. Mary. But we will be going to St. Paul. St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota and the second most populous city in Minnesota. It houses the state capitol, the Union Depot, and guys, I do personally recommend this place if you ever want to see what tranquility looks like. And also the Cathedral of Saint Paul, which is the church we'll be mapping today. Chances are, if you're a tourist to Minnesota, you've come in by air, which means you'll be at the Minneapolis-Saint Paul International Airport. To get to the cathedral, your best bet is taking the tram. Trams are very frequent and run through for most of the day. You only really need a ticket for 2.5 hours to explore St. Paul, although tickets for longer time periods are available. You can pay at the machine using cash or card. It's not necessary, as some of my British friends are accustomed to enter your PIN for your card. Just insert it and you should get your ticket. You should take the blue line all the way to the US Bank Stadium, and then take the green line all the way to Union Depot. You should see the cathedral as you arrive to Union Depot. The cathedral itself can then be accessed by foot by taking a 10 to 15 minute walk. Interestingly, the city of St. Paul takes its name from the cathedral. You can't help but notice it as it sits atop a hill. However, what you see before you is actually not the first, or second, or even third cathedral, but fourth. Yup, that's right, fourth, as in the 4th of July for our American friends. The first cathedral was encouraged to be built by a Frenchman and priest, Father Lucien Galtier. At this time, St. Paul, Minnesota wasn't actually known as St. Paul, Minnesota, but as Pig's Eye, after the fellow Frenchman and clergyman Father Pierre Perron, who was the first European to settle in Minnesota. The excavation for the current cathedral, the fourth cathedral, started in 1906 on the request of Archbishop John Ireland, to which 70,000 people attended the laying of the cornerstone, about the equivalent of a typical football game, or soccer game for our American friends. The cathedral is 306 feet tall, certainly considerably taller than St. Paul, the man who is featured on the cathedral alongside St. Peter. The facade has 2 towers, which represent the 2 natures of Jesus Christ, human and divine. A close look at the facade also shows Jesus commissioning the 12 apostles to preach the gospel to all nations. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Oh, but wait. Here's one cool fact you probably didn't know about the cathedral. For Catholics, a plenary indulgence is given to anyone who visits the cathedral in honor of St. Paul. Do speak to a priest about it if that sounds like gobbledygook. To light a candle in the cathedral will set you back by $1. On a more serious note, as you enter you will see the altar right ahead of you. Surrounding the altar are 7 bronze grills representing the human response to God's grace. But look to your side as well, and you will see a replica of Michelangelo's Pieta. There are also a few chapels worth seeing, such as that of St. Joseph and St. Peter. Don't forget to take a trip downstairs to see a miniature Cathedral of Saint Paul. I hope you enjoyed your visit to St. Paul to see the Cathedral of St. Paul. In our next episode, we'll be travelling across the Atlantic to London, England to review Westminster Cathedral. Until next time everyone, and please don't forget to subscribe and to give us a like on Facebook.